You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are off to the races, midweek, hump day, and you guys are having a good week, man. We've been doing nothing but leaf cleanups. We are getting our first couple of mows in for our commercial and residentials. It's a busy week. Today's podcast episode, what I'm going to do is just put a little bumper on this, and I wanted to share an excerpt from a Link live stream that we did just this last week. And listen to me, don't tune me off, don't switch the channel. I'm telling you, this is really, really good stuff. Once every week, we do a live stream, part of our exclusive Facebook group called Link, L-A-N-K. Your link to success. I don't know, we don't have a mantra for it, but it definitely has a mission, though, and that's helping folks that are in the middle, looking to grow, looking to just have a peer group, something that they can plug into. It's a Facebook community, and of course, you get access to all of our weekly live streams that we do. And from day one, you get access to all the replays that we've had for, probably about 12 to 16 weeks now, which is really, really cool. So this excerpt is just a 20-minute or so clip that we wanted to share based on a question that we just was proposed in the group chat. And basically it was talking about bidding, invoicing, breaking things down by line items, some rookie mistakes, what are some veteran mistakes that folks are still making in the industry. And I got on a little bit of rant. I got a little bit of a rant and I got a little bit fired up, but I think it was really, really helpful because again, these are rookie mistakes that so many of us are still making. And if I can help, a couple hundred people in that group steer clear of a couple landmines, then that's awesome. But if we can share this to 2, 5, 10,000 people that this episode is going to get out to in the next couple of weeks and months, then all the better. So we had Bethany, our executive assistant. She is our administrative assistant. She is all things social media assistant. And I don't even know if assistant's the best word because that means like she's assisting. Although she is assisting, it's more like quarterbacking. So she's our social media quarterback, which I don't know if that works very well for the females, but at the same point, maybe she's powder puff. So I don't know. Bethany's going to kill me with this intro. Anyway, we love her. She's been great. Bethany's been awesome. She actually has her 1 year, quote unquote, in with our media business, which is just really, really cool. We're actually able to do a review just the other day, and we did an open review, her, myself, and Liz, and that was just really, really cool. So guys, there's a team behind all the stuff that we're putting together now, and I'm really, really pumped up about that. So when we got done with this, I texted Beth and I said, that was a power-packed, last 20, 25 minutes, not self-edifying in any way, shape, or form. I'm like, dude, good questions. Do you think we can share that and rip that? And she said, yeah, that's a great one out there. I think that'll help a lot of folks out. So big build up here. Hopefully the result that we share with you, this excerpt is, worth the hype that we're building this up here. I'm not trying to hype it up. I don't want to hype anything up. I just want to share some stuff that I thought was helpful for other people that can also be helpful for you guys. Really quick, while we are here, one thing I'll just say is tonight, Wednesday, the time you guys are listening to this podcast episode, you still have time to join the Link membership. By the way, how much is it, Fullerton? It's $29 a month. It's an absolute steal, let alone the weekly live streams, let alone the Facebook group, let alone the replays. Once a month, we get a big dog guest interview, and I call them big dogs. Anybody that's doing 1 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million. Those are the folks and the caliber that we're getting on the once a month guest interview spot that we have slated. And tonight, drum roll please, we have Sam Gamble with Atlas Outdoor. A lot of you guys know that I'm a big fan of Sam, friends of Sam. He spoke at LAL last year. He's speaking it again this year. It's the only speaker I'm giving away, by the way, a little teaser. Sam's been just a kindred spirit out there. He's over in Flint, Michigan, $10 million plus company. They're doing big things. Sam volunteered his time. He's going to be joining our Link membership tonight for an hour live stream. So we can't wait to have him in. So if you guys still are on the fence, if you guys still are thinking about joining, hey, you have no better time than now. I know the cleanups are getting done. The first mows are getting going. The mulch is getting slinged. It's already done, whatever you're going to call it. Money's coming in. Hey, if you're waiting on some money to join, I get it. Hey, the money's starting to come on in. Why don't you join? Why don't you reinvest in your future, reinvest in yourself? The first place that I put my money is back into my own education, back into my network, back into getting around other people who have been there, done that, and learning those little nuances of the industry, learning those little nuances of the business to help you grow. I don't know anything else that's as amazing in terms of opportunity presented to you for the price point of $29, and that is the Link membership. And including tonight, if you join tonight, you literally still get access to Sam. We don't say, oh, no, you got to get a full month and a half under your belt. We don't do stuff like that. As soon as you join, we give you everything. We don't drip any content out to you. You get all of it. And that's how I work. I'm a giver. I like to sow. And anything we can do to help you guys grow, we're always going to lead with value first. Not $51.49, $95.5. Okay. So join today. You can do the monthly. If you don't want to join, that's totally fine. No big deal. All the content, we're still going to bring you the podcast 3 days a week. We're still going to bring YouTube videos 3 to 4 days a week. We're still going to bring you Instagram posts every day and stories every day, okay? We're putting out as much content as we can to help you guys grow. But this Link membership is helping so many folks go to the next level in an intimate, I don't want to say exclusive, but a very inclusive environment where folks are able to just drop the walls down, ask questions, not get judged or lambasted in a safe, fun environment. And so that's Link. So here's a little excerpt about bidding, quoting, line items, estimating. And then, guys, tonight, 9 p.m., we moved it to 9 p.m. Shout out to my Central and West Coast folks. You guys are now able to make those live streams even that much easier. Myself included, because the kids are finally in bed, which is great. So now I can stay on as long as I want with all of you guys. So lots of words to say. We look forward to seeing you guys tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. We will catch up with you guys inside the group. Let's check out this excerpt, and we'll catch you guys here in a minute.
Next question. Hey, Brian, when it comes to quoting, especially with landscape work, is it better to line item every material, labor, or is it better to just have one line item? Ooh, some people commented on that. It's better to have one line item with a good scope of work. True. Totally true. I have not line item anything for a decade. The minute you put your prices on there, you're opening up a whole nother sub can of worm conversation. And my favorite is like mulch for $125. I buy it for $35 at Site One. Like the average consumer is not an idiot, and they shop. And so them and their brother did their landscaping last year, and they did it for $180, right? Because they had 5 yards and delivered with a little rent me dump trailer that they hooked on the back of their Ford Explorer. Don't put it, my personal opinion, my philosophy, I don't line item anything. One quote, here's the job, solid paragraph description of the scope of work. Totally. I'll give you a good, for instance, right now our weeding template on LMN is the crew truck. Let me take it back. Crew is labor, the crew truck, and the weed killer. Now, weed killer is a pseudonym for an employee who is nicknamed weed killer because, of course, we don't spray Roundup, just like all of you guys. So, give some thumbs up there. So, I have it lined item as enhancement crew. The enhancement crew is spraying around, pulling weeds, labor for the guy in the truck. If we are pulling more weeds, then we're going to adjust that quantity by 1, 2, 3, maybe per gallon, maybe per whatever that is, hypothetically, of course. So if that's the case, what was the question, bro? Oh, line item. Yeah, for weeding. I line item our weeding. It's like 121. I can try to log in. I don't know if I want to do that because it's going to be a hot mess. I don't know what's going to pop up. When I did that live stream with Mark, nothing was imported yet. So I was totally cool with showing all that. But like now we have our actual customers, our routes. Probably not going to do that again. So the enhancement crew is a line item. But if I went into my template, it's 3 sub items. It's labor, the truck, and then whatever you're using to take out weeds. Does that make sense? So I don't line item anything because let's say you buy a gallon of weed killer and it's $25 or $30. And then you're charging the customer $25, $30, $35. You're adding a 10% on that. They're going to go, wait a minute, you're charging me $35 for spraying my weeds, per gallon. And they go, I can go buy a bottle for $17. Yeah, dude. But for me to send a guy to go pick it up, to then run my company overhead through it, I have to charge what I have to charge for that, right? So it's not a good idea to open up yourself to any kind of line iteming. I don't know. Anybody have any difference of opinion? Do you guys break it down by line item? You say, oh, Rory Kendall, that's a great line, bro. I heard somebody say that. It's 500. Yeah. what was the line, the question though, Rory? Somebody said it's $500 to do the job and $0 not to do the job. Somebody said, like, can you break that down for me or something like that? Is that the line? Hey, can you break that down for me? Yeah, it's $500 to do the job, $0 to not do the job. Was that the line? That's probably the best line of the night, bro.
Yes, I think that's exactly how it went.
Is that who said that? Do you remember? I heard that podcast, maybe somebody. I feel like that'd be a Caleb Allman guess, like somebody with a booming business, you know?
I think I seen it on an Instagram reel.
Is that what it was? You're probably right. That sounds, I watch a lot of stupid reels, admittedly. Somebody said, Colton Delaney said, awesome, that makes sense. I've always heard line item stuff, and I have been getting lots of pushback recently. That helps a lot to do more landscape hardscaping work currently with a little bit of mowing mixed in, so that helps. Yeah. And again, if anybody differs, I'm all ears, but I did a YouTube video on that a couple years ago, and I just said, stop line iteming things. And it was mulch job, or it says mulch installation, quantity 1, $14.95. Paragraph will lay the whole property with 2 inches of freshly covered mulch, redefine bed edges, bed prep, and make the place look immaculate by the time we're done. Whatever I said. But it's not, number one, we don't break anything down back with yard book because you couldn't with like line items. Like your truck is there, your crew truck is there, your labor is there, your bed redefiner tool is there. You couldn't really do that. But let me show you, see if I can do this really quick now that I know I can share my screen. All right, so see this right here, my mulch installation. Can you guys see that? All right, cool. So commercial maintenance crew. I don't know how to like move this. All right, so commercial maintenance crew, 3 hours in 1 hour. You guys can screenshot this or something if you want, but it's 5 yards of mulch. Should have 3 guys there on site. Should be basically a 1 hour job. 5 yards of brown mulch, wheelbarrow, I can't say it, wheelbarrow equipment. And then bed redefined 60 feet quantity, 60 by feet is 1 unit. And then unit cost and overhead $1.67. So this right here came to $616.64. So on the print report, I'll show you guys. Can you guys still see this? Carter, I see you. Can you give me a thumbs up, Carter? You get okay. So thank you. So this is what you would see on mine. Delivered 2 inches of black mulch, landscape areas, mulch beds, islands, boulevards. Cleaning up staging area after the job is completed, including newly mulched landscaping beds, islands, and boulevards. Right? So that's, nothing is really the line item down. But again, if we go back to my quote, this is the actual line item of it. Now, can you imagine if I said, hey, it's $100.20 to bed redefine? Maybe the guy would say, sure. Maybe the guy would say $100. I can spade my beds. Wheelbarrow, you're going to charge me $11 on your job to get your wheelbarrow there? He goes, use mine. Crew truck, $256. I'm sorry, that's mulch. $256. He's going to say, that's not right. That is not right at all. Actually, that is right. That's right. Because we used to bid by mulch $125 a yard. This is how we have it bid now by our margins, but it's $256. So, and I'm adding 25% on that, right? So if he would say, well, I can go get 5 yards at $35, that's $150, $175. He might say, well, why am I paying $256 for $175? Well, because I got to get it to you, and then I'm charging for the material cost. Like, that's how we're making some margin. But he's like, well, I'll just deliver it and then pay your labor. Oh, okay. Well, my labor is $231. My average cost for my guys per hour is, I don't know, $80, let's say, here with the 3 guys. He's going to go $80. He goes, I can get my nephew, pay him $20 an hour cash. Why am I paying your guys $30 each? You know, so I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but is that, whoever had that question, Colton and maybe Al, a couple guys, and Brad earlier, I think it was. Is that helpful? Is that kind of cool how it's broken down?
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Yeah, Brian, what if if you've never done the job before and you're not sure exactly how much mulch, how do you make up for that?
Good question. So honestly, I'll just say what I say. Residential customers, this is exactly what I told that guy. I said, I measured 7.84 yards. I said, I'm going to bid it for 8. If it's less, I will charge you less. And again, like, that's fine. The problem sometimes with that, though, is what if it takes more? Usually mulch isn't going to take more, because when I do my measuring, I don't minus anything out for plants or shrubs. So I'll divide my length times width times, divided by 150 times 2. That's my mulch formula. That's my length, my width, divided by 150, which is what a yard covers in square foot, times by 2 for 2-inch depth. And if I'm at 7.84, let's say I round up to 8, I'm going to order maybe 5, if not 6 yards of mulch, whether it's a dump trailer, dump truck, or my dump insert. Those guys, for every 2 yards you get, you're getting 2.25, 2.3, 2.5 yards, heaping loads for sure. If you get 6 yards and delivered, you are definitely getting 8 yards. So I always round up, charge less, and look like a hero, if you guys know what I'm saying, because you'll never usually use more mulch because you have that buffer on your 150 square footage of coverage. Realistically, it's going to do 175, 180. So or it's 150 with a coverage, but you're going to get 10, 15% because your plant and shrubs are in the way. And so you're a hero because you're getting more mulch from the supplier. Your 150 is really covering more square footage. And of course, you're going to charge less because you use less. So if I bid this this was 5 yards. I feel like it could be 5 yards for the guy. I'm not saying he's wrong, but let's say it does take 6. That's why I sent him 2 other prices in the notes saying, hey, it could be more if I use more mulch, right? Because I get nervous when people start telling me what they need. Usually that's kind of a red flag. Admittedly, only because I don't want folks to start nickel and diming again. Line items are what we're charging them for mulch. Again, you got to remember, like, consumers are pretty smart these days, so I don't want to ever pretend to pull a fast one on anybody. But he has to have clear expectations that if I do use an extra yard of mulch, it's going to go up $100, $125, right? Pretty quick. So again, he might did it last year for $300 with him and his brother-in-law. This year it's $750, so I want to just make sure I'm clear communication. I don't want it to be 616. Then we need an extra yard. And he goes, well, why isn't 616 plus 35, 650? And I'm like, actually, it's 740. He goes, $140 or $130 more. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's the cost of like the yard of mulch to your house. But if you don't communicate that, you don't need any push and shove on anything like this. Definitely not for a stupid little minuscule 5-yard mulch job. Does that make sense? But ranges are healthy, but just make sure you tell folks, hey, like, it could be a little less, could be a little bit more. I'll work with you. Some people do that. Some people don't. You don't even have to do that. You don't owe the customer anything less. If you quote it for $650 and you knock it out in 4 yards of mulch and it takes you 1 hour instead of an hour and a half, again, that's the perk of doing something by the job, right? I mean, that's why we do it by the job and not by the hour. Now, is that ethical? Look, dude, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not the arbiter of truth. For me personally, I usually give a little bit back if I save 20, 25% of that job. I'll pass some of that savings along, and it's just goodwill. I don't know if it's a Good Karma, sowing and reaping. I don't know if it's integrity or ethics. For me, I'm just like, hey, we use it a little bit less. Here you go. Now, commercial, no, I don't do that. If we have there's no way in hell. And anybody who tells you otherwise, they're lying about other stuff too. 20 yards, we use 16. I'm taking those 4 yards to the next job. We're not cutting that price down because everything's so cutthroat. I might have quote unquote got them on the mulch, but I'm probably getting smoked on the mow price. So to me, it's all like the contract is what I'm really bidding at for the margin. And if I'm up a little bit on something, I'm probably down a little bit on something. So that contract is going to even out. Like that's just fair because this quote that I have for the mulch job is netting me 25% for this residential customer. My commercial side might be 18.2%. I can't give a little bit back on the mulch, even if I win some, because that might be bid at 25% margin, but the mowing's at 15%. Right. So if I gave back the little mulch extra that I had, that 18.2% margin is going to go to 14 really quick because I gave so much back on the mulch. Everybody making some sense there? Is that getting some head nods? So residential, I try to be the good guy. Commercial, I love commercial sites and HOAs. That's what we're growing more into. But it's so cutthroat that if it goes a little your way, fantastic. Frankly, the next job, it goes a little the other way to the next client. It all evens out in the spring. So it's kind of a weird way to say that, but it's just the truth. You'll win on one job by saving a couple yards of mulch or maybe an hour on the job. The next job, you're going to lose. You're going to lose 3 yards. Thankfully, you can buy it at $35 a yard, and 3 more yards is only $100. So whatever you made off that first job extra, I've noticed the next job I do, I usually ended up bidding it a little low. So the world kind of evens out. Is that fair? Anybody else feel the same way, or is that just my weird, quirky sense of how the universe works? Yeah, I'm getting a lot of thumbs up. All right. Let me see. It's 8 o'clock right there. All right. The last two are more for commercial properties. Miss Rita and then Lewis. If you guys don't mind, let's save those for Sam next week. The dude is crushing commercial work and HOA work. I think those are 2 really good commercial questions. So Bethany, maybe we can earmark those for Sam next week, if that's okay with you guys. I want to be respectful on time tonight for you guys. I've been going like 8:15s, 8:20s, 8:30s, so I do apologize. Even though you guys are getting me fired up, man, this is great conversation. So hopefully this was, I felt like that was chock full of tips in here. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I'm Alan, I'm onboarding my LMN on Tuesday, dude. That's awesome. Hopefully you get Michael, Brian, hopefully, whatever. How do you put a price on the use of each tool? They have that in the templates, and then also you can build some custom templates, and they can help you with the pricing on that, how you recover the overhead. Yes, helps a ton. What Sam is it? Sam Gamble of Atlas Outdoor. Dude's got a $10+ million company. He's crushing it, doing great. So, all right. Well, that's what I got for you guys. If you guys need anything, shoot me a message, shoot me an email, hit me up on link. I'm always here for you guys. This was a really meat and potatoes kind of last 40 minutes. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I think sharing screen maybe opened up some people's eyes to some different things. So, all right, that's what I got, man. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Have a good rest of the week. Be safe out there. Make some money. And catch up with you guys soon. Peace out.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because, like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. And there's never been a better time to save big on Exmark mowers. So hurry into your local dealer.
Attention all entrepreneurs, achieve more in 24 with Entrepreneur Academy's Link membership. For a limited time only through April 30th, when you join Link, you'll receive an exclusive offer. Free registration for you and your team to the Equip Exposition in Louisville, Kentucky. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Connect, learn, and grow your business while staying up to date on industry trends and innovations. Elevate your entrepreneurial journey today by joining Link. Seize this incredible offer and propel your business to new heights. Unlock your free registration to Equip for yourself and your team when you purchase your Link membership before April 30th. You got it. There's a link for that in the show description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.